I'm the headless horseman. That's not funny. You're stupid. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Topic Talk with Halt. We are going to be talking about what I think they're going to be announcing this Friday at Blizzcon Online. That is their excuse for not being able to do BlizzCon in person. I guess excuse isn't a good word. There is a pandemic. There's a reason for why they're not doing it, but they skipped November. They skipped November, pushed it all the way here to February. Usually it's every November. And there's a lot of secrecy, I think, behind it. I think overall the reason why they pushed it back was because they just didn't have enough content for November, and they knew that way back when they announced it would be pushed back to February. That's just my thoughts on it. There's no concrete evidence on that, so take that how you will. But I wanted to talk about what I think they're actually going to be talking about at BlizzCon. Lots of speculation going on with this one. First thing I think they're going to announce, or not really announce, is show us a cinematic. They've done this every BlizzCon with Overwatch, including the announcement of Overwatch. They announced it with the cinematic. It just seems like a no-brainer, right? They always have one. They've had a lot of extra time to work on one. I'm sure they already had one in the works, whether BlizzCon was going to be last November or this February. It just makes sense, right? Now, the topic of this cinematic is what's really important. I could see this go two ways. Either it heavily involves a new hero they're going to possibly show us at BlizzCon, which we'll go into later, or it won't. Those are the two options. I think if it won't, I think it'll cover possibly Talon's side in Overwatch 2. Because in Overwatch 2, you see Winston and the gang get Overwatch back together illegally. So what's Talon doing during all this? What are they doing? I'd love to see. I'd love to hear. The other option could be the release of the new hero. And the cinematic would cover that. Which goes to my next thing of what BlizzCon line would bring us. I'm just gonna call it BlizzCon from now. Is a new hero. They've teased Fox Girl with the new map Kinzaka. Kinzaka is deathmatch map. If you haven't seen it, it takes place in the little city at the bottom of the cliff in Hanamura on point A, the little cliff that you can fall off behind the bell on point A on Hanamura. It's kind of that city you can see down there. And there's kind of some lore to it. They had a little letter that came out with the deathmatch map that had a lot more lore than other very small, like Petra had no relevance to the story. I'm sure it will later, but it didn't when it came out. So why did they give this Kinzaka map lore? Expanding on the Shimada story, it actually doesn't really even focus on Hanzo or Genji. The little letter lore post that came out with the map on release day, or like a day before it actually released to live servers, something like that. It's about this master swordswoman, or I think she forges swords and weapons for the Shimada clan. I'm a little bit hazy on the story. But the only thing that really, really matters in that letter is that A, Kinzaka has a kind of like a gang problem. B, there's a person who's doing graffiti tags over the gang's graffiti in their tags, and possibly is acting like a vigilante there. And C is that the person writing the letter who makes the weapons has a daughter who grows up there and has grown up in a rough neighborhood because of that, right? This ties into an article that was released in 2019 after the Overwatch 2 announcement. A journalist got to sit with Jeff Kaplan behind scenes, no visuals at all. It's just an article with words, like a book you read. And basically the journalist was talking about how they were shown silhouettes of characters coming out, most likely in Overwatch 2. Of course, those can change. The designs can change entirely or be scrapped, thrown away, revamped, reworked, whatever. But one of them is a girl with a giant star-shaped blade like a frisbee almost. I don't know what the word is for it, but you've seen them, like the guy from Kingdom Hearts, and he's got the. It looks like a big frisbee of spikes almost. They were described as like really large blades on each side of the little circle shaped weapon. I'm not going to talk about this weapon because I feel like I'm not describing it well. Hopefully, you get the idea. Circle blades on each four quadrants of it. And they had a little fox with them. Again, it was just a silhouette. You can only see the outlines of the character, but you can obviously tell there's a small fox next to this character, described by the journalist. And so that was kind of the connection there, is that we're seeing a ton of foxes all over the map. The spray paint over the gang's tags has a little fox on it. So we're thinking that this character, because they're getting a little bit of exposition with the Kanzaka map a month before BlizzCon, is really pointing towards, hey, we're probably going to get this character. So I thought that was really interesting. I really hope we do get this character. I hope they're going to be a support. And I hope that the turnaround time is really quick. They may show this character and just say they're also coming out in Overwatch 2, and we may never see them until Overwatch 2. We might get a little peek at their kit, but that may be it. Or, and this segues to my next thing that I think they're going to be releasing. They release it as, PTR new hero. They release it early, I guess. Usually at BlizzCon, they have the character playable on the PTR the Monday after. Sometimes it's been earlier, like the day of or something. I think one of the characters, I'm kind of blanking on it. I won't go into this. But this goes into my next section, is that along with the new character, most likely, if they're giving us content, I think they're going to really push into it, right? I'm thinking that they're going to be pushing for a free-to-play model and possibly a few chunks from Overwatch 2. I'm saying this because we know that Overwatch 2 isn't coming out in 2021. It's not coming out this year. So what the heck are they going to give us at this BlizzCon? Most likely a new hero. That's why I'm bringing it up. They have announced earlier when Echo came out, Echo would be the last hero for Overwatch 1, and that Overwatch 2 would be delayed if they release new heroes. Well, we know that Overwatch 2 has been delayed, even though it doesn't have a release date. But since it's been delayed, the logical conclusion is that they're probably going to be giving us new heroes again. So, at BlizzCon, I'm thinking they're going to announce a free-to-play model for Overwatch 1, what we're playing now, will be free-to-play. This is all speculation again. There will be new cosmetic types, maybe something above legendary skins, like premium kind of skins. If you've seen Valorant, they have those cool super high tier weapons. The first set in Valorant they did was the dragons, and like they're the guns that you shoot, but you're basically holding a little dragon, and the dragon is fully animated. It's like, rawr. When you reload it, it's completely different animations, sound effects, visual effects, everything. So I'm thinking we could see something like that with Overwatch skins, where they take it to a new level, new sound effects, new animations, new voice lines, a whole bunch. And so that would be in a store. Overwatch would have a Fortnite-esque store, or maybe, better than that, because who knows? Where you can go in and just direct buy these premium skins. So those are two things that I think are going to be coming out with free-to-play, along with a battle pass, which would most likely include skins, loot boxes, sprays, voice lines, highlight intros, animations or emotes, victory poses. I'm thinking maybe some sort of player card that you see at the start of the game that you can customize. I'm thinking maybe even character level borders. Right now, you just have the bronze or the silver or the gold borders, not the rank icon, but the actual border around your character. They have confirmed, like 2018 or something, that, or no, around the announcement of Overwatch 2, that these borders would be going away. I'd love to see replacements of like different themed borders. So you could have like a Moira themed border if you like Moira, or Orisa, or Echo, and this would just be around your character. And maybe you could tailor those to whichever character you're playing. I don't know. Along with this free-to-play model would also most likely be return to regular updates. Uh, New heroes every 3 months, new maps every once in a while, the mini events in between, and maybe even ramped up uh events like that we know, like Halloween, Christmas. Those are kind of lacking. A lot of the community is like, I'm not really a fan of these. So see those kind of ramped up and buffed to get people interested in this free to play game, I think is a logical step. You see a lot of this with like Call of Duty and stuff, right? In their earnings in investor call, Activision Blizzard said, "We want to slowly turn all of our games into free to play. It works really, really well. We want to bring this Call of Duty model to kind of all of our stuff." Um, and that includes Blizzard side of Activision Blizzard. And I think it would work really well for Overwatch. I'd love to see some pep in their step, you know? Um, and so along with that, I'm thinking also this kind of goes into what else is coming into the game besides monetization stuff. We might see the engine upgrade and the new HUD a little bit early. Again, this is all speculation, and this is a lot. So I'm thinking maybe all the stuff that I'm saying is like we'll get half of it or something like that. But these are all possibilities. I think that we may get the HUD that we saw for the Overwatch 2 announcement. They have new health bars, new ability icon, not icons, but like the outline around the icons. Just a lot of different like clarity passes and stuff like that, and just a new revamped visuals. And along with that, the engine upgrade, which we saw like better lighting. I'm guessing just more optimization so the game runs smoother. Because we are running on the 2016 engine. Of course, they've updated it over time, but I'd love to see optimizations in that end. Um, and hair. I think hair is a big part of the Overwatch 2 engine upgrade. Hair looks entirely different. If you've seen that one picture of Tracer as like the poster girl for Overwatch 2, her hair looks so much like smoother and shinier than what we have, almost like that plasticky, chunky look in Overwatch 1, which I like. Um, we'll see. We'll see. I'm thinking that they may show other character kits for Overwatch 2, as we saw with the original announcement. Sojourn was shown. They showed a highlight intro as what it looked like of her like running in and like turning her arm into a cannon. This would be a good year to show what she actually does. Continue the hype for Sojourn specifically. Because, if you show her in the first 2019 announcement and then you just don't bring her back at all, it's going to lead to a little bit of confusion. I don't think too many people will be super torn up about it. If she's coming, she's coming. But it'd be nice to get a little bit of expansion, a little bit more information on her specifically. She may even be the cinematic that we see at BlizzCon. That would be really interesting too. We are most likely going to get a concrete release date for Overwatch 2. I think this would be the part where they hype us up with all the free to play and the battle pass and all the big updates to Overwatch 1, and then they say Overwatch 2, the PvE, the different character abilities, the leveling system, that's going to be coming in Overwatch 2, and that's going to be coming out not in 2021, it'll be coming out blank 2022, something like that. There may even be an open beta announcement or closed beta announcement for Overwatch 2 along with this. Maybe there will, maybe there won't. I don't know. I never played the Overwatch 1 beta. I played at launch. So I really don't know how that kind of went down. But I remember hearing that it kind of went on for a while. So I don't know. They may do a couple of rounds of it too every once in a while. And that also leads into, will they be doing a demo for Overwatch 2? They had a gameplay demo for Overwatch 2 at the original announcement. We've waited for so long for a release date or anything. It's not even coming out this year. And they managed to get a demo out in 2019. They're probably going to have one for this one, 2021 BlizzCon. With a new map, maybe the second part of the mission where we got the cliffhanger where Lucio looks like he was getting blown up. I don't know. And here's where we get a little crazy. My final prediction is that there will be a mobile game. I don't think this is actually too crazy. I know I just said it sounded crazy. And saying it kind of does sound crazy. But I think there will be an Overwatch mobile game. They talked about in their investor call how well mobile games do. I think in their report they said that Call of Duty Mobile was doing better than just base Call of Duty, like the annual releases. Um, and that could just be because, mobile games are super popular and everybody has a phone. You guys have phones, right? So I think that it makes sense that there would be a mobile Overwatch game. They talked about, even in 2019 Overwatch 2 announcement, they even said there are mobile games in development for each of the Blizzard IPs. That would be, World of Warcraft. That would be maybe HOTS. I'm not sure if they consider that a separate IP, since it kind of already does include every other IP of theirs. That would include Overwatch. That would include StarCraft, maybe. Diablo, we've already seen theirs. So we could see this is the year, BlizzCon line, that we're seeing mobile games for each game announced. And, it comes off as a very, we're a mobile game company now. We could see it. I don't know. Activision Blizzard does own King. King is, they're the makers of, Candy Crush and Farm Heroes and some other games that I can't remember, but they've made a lot of, Saga games, For Overwatch specifically, their mobile game, I'm thinking that there are two things it could be. It could be either just a straight up port, and if it was a straight up port, we could also see crossplay announced with that between the consoles, PC, and mobile. I don't think that's too likely. I think Overwatch would be a really bad game for mobile. I think it would be. Imagine, I've said this on stream before, imagine playing Wrecking Ball on mobile. It would be god awful having to control your grapple and your ground slam and your shields and your rolling direction. It would be a nightmare. Same with Reinhardt and Brig. You have to put your shield up and turn. Brig, you have to press another button to bash. There's a lot of things going on in Overwatch. I don't really see that happening. I could see a separate mobile game entirely. It's still Overwatch, but we could see it be like an idle RPG, like Raid Shadow Legends, where you collect these characters and level them up, and you play games idly. Maybe some sort of strategy game. I could see my top two contenders are either the Raid Shadow Legends idle RPG kind of thing, or a top-down version of Overwatch. Very, very slimmed down, very minimalized, where it's almost like League of Legends, right? You've got a camera looking down at your character, and you're moving them in two dimensions instead of 3 dimensions. It would make it a lot easier for controlling your character, and that way you just aim your character in whatever direction you want to use your abilities. It'd be much more simple for mobile. This video is getting kind of long, so I'm going to wrap it up here. That's mostly all of my thoughts on BlizzCon line this year. Again, I don't think all of the things I talked about are going to be coming, but maybe a good chunk, right? I think the shakiest part of my little speculation here would be the free-to-play model and the regular updates coming back. It seems like a lot of content that they would have to put out for a game that they're already making a sequel for, right? So, I don't know. I don't know how much they want to split off from Overwatch 2 and bring into Overwatch 1, because that would make the content coming in Overwatch 2 a lot smaller. So, who knows? Anyways, if you like the video, and you like my long rant, make sure to give a like and subscribe and comment and all that. And check the links down below to join my Discord. I talk about this stuff a ton. I will be making a second video that will be coming up about my Discord's kind of opinions on what we think and what we want for Overwatch 2, what we want to see change in the game. Some of it is balanced, some of it is larger than that. So yeah, check that out then. Anyways, goodbye.